guys, Mount Just for Truckers over here, and today this video is about super singles, and it'll be the advantages and disadvantages of super singles. Now the reason these tires are called super singles, obviously, is because there's only one and they're a lot wider than a dual. Like these are duals. I had duals on my front, as you can see, but I got super singles over here on this Conestoga trailer. Now, first of all, the most obvious difference is you only have one of them. So first thing that comes to your mind is, well, what happens when you blow out a tire? Well, that's the first disadvantage, and that's if you blow out a tire, that wheel is going to go right to the concrete and drag on the concrete. Where you got duals, one tire blows out and it stays, the wheel stays in the air because the other tire is holding it up. But as soon as this blows out, you'll have this aluminum wheel rolling on the ground. Now what's bad about that is aluminum is real porous and soft, and so when it gets hot, it's going to start crumpling up like a tin can. It's going to, the bead of the wheel is going to get all damaged and everything, and you're probably not going to be able to put another tire on it. So if you ever blow out one of these on the road and you have a road call, the guy automatically knows to bring a spare wheel. Okay, what does that mean? Not only are these tires more than twice as much as dual tires. Okay, so regular tires, like what, 400, these are about 1,000 a piece or so. So not only just because of one tire is blowing up, you're already paying twice as much, but you're also paying $1,000 to $1,200, well, between $800 and $1,200 for the wheel. Now you ever look at Love's, they stock a lot of these wheels and they're making a killing off road calls changing out these aluminum wheels. But you say, Matt, well, what's the advantage if there's all these disadvantages? I'm going to get into several more. Well, the number one advantage is there's less rolling resistance, and so they have better fuel mileage. And also, they're about 40 pounds lighter a piece, 40 to 80 pounds lighter a piece, because you only get, big thing is you only got one wheel instead of two wheels. But also you got low rolling resistance for better fuel mileage. Alright, what does that mean? Well, there is one advantage to that. Well, like I said, fuel mileage is an advantage. But if you ever have these on a dolly, like if you're hauling double trailers, it is a lot easier to pull that dolly when it's two super singles on there, and you'll actually be able to turn it, and you'll actually be able to notice the difference when you turn it. Another thing, you wonder, hey Matt, how do you know they have lower rolling resistance? Well, I'll tell you, whenever I hook up to a trailer, watch my other video on the tug test, I hook up to a trailer and then I pull it both ways to make sure I'm coupled correctly. Well, what happens is these tires will drag on the ground, whereas if I have duals, I don't. That brings me on to my next point. With lower rolling resistance, they also have a lot less friction. First of all, you got less tire on the ground because, well, let me see if you can see it better from the other side with the sun going down. But first of all, you got less tire on the ground. Overall, this is 455 millimeters, and a regular tire is 275 millimeters. Well, you multiply that by 2. That's almost that's over 50 millimeters bigger than this one. So it's just the design. Also, because all tires have a little bit of roundness to them. Okay, so you think if you have a dual, you got roundness here and you got roundness here. So you want less tire touching the ground if you're trying to get better fuel mileage. But you also get worse traction, so you have a lower coefficient of friction on these super singles. And so that is a really big disadvantage. But another reason, on top of not having as much traction, also it'll hydroplane a lot easier, not only because they have less traction, but because when you hit water, it's got to push the water out from the middle of the tire all the way out to the edge. Whereas the duals, they just have that much to spread the water out. Super single, you got to spread it out all that way. And that takes a lot of time to spread it out, so you have a lot higher chance of hydroplaning when it's wet, when it's snowy, and all that. So, do I think these super singles are worth it? Well, a lot of companies go with them, and I'm sure it's saving them money, but it's kind of a hassle to us drivers. So I don't know. I personally never crunch the numbers, so I can't tell. I personally don't think they're worth the risk. And the biggest thing, if anything else, is if you get stuck with a flat in the middle of nowhere and there's no shoulder to pull off of, at least you'll be able to pull it at least to the next exit when you have duals. But not here with the super singles. I mean, that aluminum wheel is going to crumple up like a tin can, guys. Hey, I hope this gives you a little bit of insight in the advantages and disadvantages of these super single wheels and tires. It's Matt with Tips for Truckers. Have a great day.